Railroad Club, a historical organization that keeps all the artifacts, documents, anything that has to do with railroads that come into the Cincinnati area. Mike, how you doing today?
Doing great. Great.
All right.
Thank you for coming up.
No, not a problem. My cousins actually live in Westchester, and I've been to the Cincinnati Museum Center many times, and I actually discovered you guys back in the 1990s.
Oh, great. We moved in, I think, in 90.
Yes.
Officially moved into Tower A at about 1990.
Just give me a little summary of the history of the Cincinnati Railroad Club.
My understanding of it was that back in the late 1930s, like so many other rail fans, they weren't connected with the rest of the rail fans in the city. And then somebody took the initiative to go to all the little suburban stations like Oakley and Norwood and tack up a notice that maybe we ought to all get together and have a meeting. And that the first meeting was in a rental spot here in Cincinnati Union Terminal. So they formed a group of about 8 to 12 people, is my understanding. Managed to survive the Second World War, of course, which broke up the membership rather quickly. And then after the war was over, they managed to get back together again. But I guess the big point is we are of the belief that our very first meeting was in this building.
Oh, excellent.
First organized meeting.
Well, that's awesome because, again, this building in particular has a storied history, not only with Cincinnati itself, but the railroad organizations.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So we watched this thing, or some of our members were around to see it peak, of course, during the Second World War, go into decline, be threatened with demolition, which became a cause célèbre, believe me. Some of our members are well-known members, I could say, stepped forward in the 70s and 80s and had a lot to do with the preservation of this building, a tremendous amount to do with it. So we were proud to be able to move in here in the 1990s and recognize them too as much as possible. There's two kinds of rail fanning. The kind where you do a lot of work and the kind where you sit back and be entertained. And we had just enough of the people that are willing to do a lot of work to get us in here in this solid headquarters. Before we moved in here, we would meet in this building. But almost everything you see in here, from headlights to books, were in somebody's garage or many people's garage, scattered throughout the tri-state. So nothing in one spot.
Speaking of which, and this is a good segue, you got Summer Rail coming up. You got, what, maybe 25 tickets left?
That's what I understand, yeah.
Give me an overview, a mission, what goes on at Summer Rail, the public event for Summer Rail, so on and so forth.
Yeah, public event is in the rotunda. There's vendors from, I'd say, largely the Midwest, but throughout the country, everything from the timetable collector types to solid hardware, signs that might have been on interlocking towers some places. Of course, the usual spike mall and track equipment, lanterns, Railroadiana for sure, in the rotunda, but with a general appeal, I think, to the public, and multi-faceted slideshows throughout the day. That's the ticketed event. Start in the morning and end in the evening. It's an all-day event. It pretty much fills the place up. We've been doing that for I don't remember how many years. I'm thinking we're pushing 15.
Yeah. Excellent. And they can go to the Cincinnati Railroad Club's website as well as their Facebook page, get more information on that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And we're trying to inform everybody, of course, that comes up these steps into the tower. Many of them ask that question, where can I get? Where can I get? So, well, here's a clearinghouse in August. Come to Summer Rail.
Absolutely. Is there any possibility in the future of you guys hooking up with a National Railroad Historical Society group to get excursions back into the Cincinnati area?
We sure as heck hope so.
Yeah, because with 611 being out on the rails again.
Yeah, it's on our dream sheet. I think in '94 we ran the last steam excursion out of here. Of course, we've done day trips. We run up to Clifton Forge on the Amtrak Cardinal all the time. We go up to Beech Grove and tour the shops. But quite frankly, this railroad club is financially successful because we ran a lot of excursions from the late 70s to the mid 90s that were successful, and we did not go out and try and buy a bunch of railroad cars and refurbish them. We didn't bite that bullet.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of the day-to-day operations, what days are you guys open to the public and times of those?
Well, now we're Wednesday through Sunday. Our official hours are noon to 4, but on weekends you'll find that we're here till 6. And early in November to about January the 3rd, it's a 7-day-a-week operation.
I understand.
And that is made possible by all these great volunteers that volunteer for the Museum Center. And quite frankly, they're looking to spread their wings a little bit and do something beside just volunteer in the museums. So they come up here and help us out. They're totally invaluable. We need them. Need every one of them.
Excellent, excellent. And does any of the model railroad clubs in the Cincinnati, Dayton area help out with you guys as well?
No, although we have a lot of crossover in membership.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of crossover in membership.
All right. Well, again, this is Giles Kennedy. Yeah, I was out here because I want to give Mike the FaceTime. You either go to our Facebook page, the Ohio Valley Railroad Game, formerly Ohio Railroader Facebook page, and also OhioRailroader.com for more details. Article will be up later on this evening. Mike, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate
for coming up
you
here.
just spending time with me and giving me some information.
Glad to be here, man.
Thanks.
Thank you. There's a picture on the internet now